Hey everybody, in this video I wanted to go over how do you get equations from a graph when you have no idea what to do. So when I'm looking at this, as a teacher I want to tell you, you just need to be able to identify where the y-intercept is. This one here is at 1, and where the slope is, it's down 1 over 2 before it hits the next one. So I'm looking for something that has a plus 1 and down 1 over 2 next to an x. So it's like y is less than, greater than, negative 1 half x plus 1, something like that. Let's say you're stuck on that. You don't know which way it's shading. You don't know, or you see it shading under it, but you don't know if that should be greater than, less than, something like that. So you're completely stuck. All right. If you're completely stuck, you're going to need to type in the answer choices into the graphing calculator. Now this, since it has shading, it's because those are inequalities. All right. So you're going to have to go to the graphing calculator and you're going to have to type in the inequalities. Now, how did I get that? Okay. So look at this fresh graph. When you pull it up, this is in y equals form, or f of x. F of x means y. So what you do is you just delete it out. And here, if it's ny equals, you can type it in, or you can just go to relation. So going to relation, you can type in whatever you want. So I can type in like 7x plus 3y, and then over here you can do control, and then I can say it's less than or equal to, I don't know, 8. And then I get my graph. Okay, so that's basically how I did that. You just hit delete, go to relation. Let's go back and look at this. So what I like to do is, if I'm trying to figure out what the graph is, see how the numbers, the highest they can go is 6 on the x and y graph axes. So how do you get this to say 6? Because I went ahead and I sized this before I started the video. So you're going to go to menu, window zoom, and window settings. And so you can change the x bin and x max, how far left, how far right to go, y min, y max. And so that might help kind of match up what you're looking at. The X scale is usually on auto, but I put it at 1 because that the scale tells you how often, how many ticks are there. It's going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If it's on auto, it could be counting like by 0.5s or something like that. So just look at your picture, and then it's clearly counting by 1. So that's going to change the scale. Okay. So when you look at it closely, you'll see that these are dotted lines here. All right, and then I had dashed lines, dotted, dash, whatever. And then this one's solid, and see, when I plugged it in, it's solid. That's because if it's underlined, it makes a solid line. And so you can kind of tell that this is the one with the triple overlap, and then the one right here, it's just showing you where the triple overlap is. So that's kind of how you would know it. It's just use that relation button, type it all in, size your window. That's pretty much all I can say. If you look at this one right here, same thing. The window size to like 4. It's going 4 up, down, left, right. So what I did over here was I typed it in. I typed in my answer. Now the question I'm showing you is open-ended, but if it's a multiple choice test, you'd be typing in the answer choices. So you can see here I have 2 dashed lines. I have 1 bold line. And you see everything's overlapping right over here on the right, and everything's overlapping right over here on the right. And if you look at my window settings, menu, window, zoom, you see I did -4, 4, -4, 4, and then I changed the scale to 1. Now let's say you're trying to identify something, like see how this intersects right there, and you're trying to eyeball it. See, it looks like it's, kind of halfway in between that box, and you don't see any boxes. Well, just hit the menu button and go to view and see where it says grid. Hit line grid. And here you can see that at 1, 2, 3, it goes down about a half. 1, 2, 3 goes down about a half. So you can kind of eyeball things like that just by turning on the grid. But yeah, that's pretty much all I wanted to go over in this video. I hope this helped.